MaxspeedTV full throttle run, broadcasting great chat second to none. League action racing under the sun. MaxspeedTV, where the fun's never done. Oh, legends roar, the night comes alive. MaxspeedTV, where the racers thrive. Tires burn, the crowd leans in. This is where the action begins. Oh, MaxspeedTV full throttle run, broadcasting great chat second to none. League action racing under the sun. MaxspeedTV, where the fun's never done. Drivers chase the checkered dream. Adrenaline flows like a rushing stream. The track's a stage, the crowd's a song. Every lap keeps pulling you along. Oh, MaxspeedTV full throttle run, broadcasting great chat second to none. League action racing under the sun. MaxspeedTV, where the fun's never done. Wheels spin, sparks ignite. Under the lights of fierce delight. Tracks alive like a racing heart. Here's the place where legends start. Oh. MaxspeedTV full throttle run, broadcasting great chat second to none. League action racing under the sun. MaxspeedTV, where the fun's never done. MaxspeedTV full throttle run, broadcasting great chat second to none. League action racing under the sun. MaxspeedTV, where the fun's never done. Oh, legends roar, the night comes alive. MaxspeedTV, where the racers thrive. Tires burn, the crowd leans in. This is where the action begins. Oh, MaxspeedTV full throttle run, broadcasting great chat second to none. League action racing under the sun. MaxspeedTV, where the fun's never done. Drivers chase the checkered dream. Adrenaline flows like a rushing stream. The track's a stage, the crowd's a song. Every lap keeps pulling you along. Oh, MaxspeedTV full throttle run, broadcasting great chat second to none. League action racing under the sun. MaxspeedTV, where the fun's never done. Wheels spin, sparks ignite. Under the lights of fierce delight. Tracks alive like a racing heart. Here's the place where legends start. Oh. MaxspeedTV full throttle run, broadcasting great chat second to none. League action racing under the sun. MaxspeedTV, where the fun's never done.
Welcome back, race fans. Hopefully everybody had a fantastic Christmas break. Of course, we'll be flying into the new year tomorrow night. 2026 just around the corner, and tonight the last race of 2025, but only the second race in the chase for the SERL Southern Excitement Racing League here tonight, sponsored by C4. Of course, we all know C4, Charm City Collectors Club. More on them here in just a few minutes, but here tonight, north of Wilksboro, should be a great race. Not the biggest field we have seen with SERL, but nonetheless, these guys should get in here and knock this race out pretty quickly. I wouldn't rule out one or two cautions, but you know, with only 12 drivers, we shouldn't have that many unless they decide to tangle it all up into turn number one. But how's everybody doing out there here tonight? Already got those pre-race analytics here up this evening. An air temp of 76, a track temp of 86, 200 laps, 125 miles, a total of 5 sets of tires. Fuel, only 65%. That's going to put them somewhere in the ballpark of about 95 to 100, possibly 105 laps. Not sure the exact number. This is what we're going to go with here tonight. Now, pit road here this evening, it is a grueling 35 with a grueling 45 mile an hour pace speed as well. So definitely, you know, pit road, gonna have to watch it. You know, some of these guys may get caught speeding on pit road, on or off pit road. They may end up spinning out on pit road. We don't know. We'll just keep an eye on everybody here tonight, all 12 drivers. It should be pretty easy to watch. Now, I've got the top 8 in the point standings in the playoff picture after round 1 at Talladega. Of course, our winner, Dakota Camper, looking to go back-to-back here in the chase here at North Wilkesboro. But right now, Blake Giglio with the top spot at 1069. Dakota in second at 1059. Cal Heath in third at 1058. Patrick Colby in fourth at 1045. Quentin Clark in fifth at 1041. Andrew Rattel in sixth at 1040. Zach Michaelis seventh at 1039. And Isaiah Sutherland in eighth at 1007. So that's who we're keeping an eye on this season, or in the chase, not this season, but in the chase this season. Is right now these top 8. Of course, we are watching everybody else, you know, winning, but definitely upset that playoff picture. So if one of these drivers not in the top 8 wins it, definitely going to throw a wrinkle there in some point standings and how many points you can maximize going into, of course, round number 3 next week in 2026. Of course, a big shout out to C4. Of course, Charm City Collectors Club is a Maryland-based diecast collectors organization. They host trade shows the first Saturday of every month and also have a diecast racing league. For more information, check them out on Facebook or their website at charmcitycollectorsclub.com. Coming down to the final 3 minutes of practice here tonight. We're going to step aside, play the national anthem provided by Madison Rising. Hang tight, folks. Qualifying will be underway here at North Wilkesboro when we come back.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly rocket track the bomb busting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land under the free? You're the home of the brave. Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight you in the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. Stand of the brave, the US of A. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free? In the
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching MaxspeedTV.
Alrighty, folks, qualifying underway. First time came in Patrick Colby right now up at the top spot here tonight with a, let's see here, 18.964. Dakota Camper going up into second there on his first lap. And Quentin Clark taking over the top spot here on his final lap. Dakota Camper is going to, right at the moment, yep, his lap did not count. He's going to stay in third. Jason Heaney out on the track here tonight. Eden Tatro also out there. His final lap is going to put him still in sixth. Matthew Prentice right on seventh. Looks like Blake Giglio out on the track. We got a newcomer out here tonight racing with these guys. The number 50 of Stephen Lane. Everybody should know who Stephen is. Our moderators and broadcasters over here at MaxspeedTV. Everybody give Stephen a big clap out there for coming out here racing. Now, he's not going to qualify, it looks like, but it looks like Chad Ashley may not qualify either. See here. Blake Giglio going up into seventh here on his first lap. And what a lap by Mr. Heaney. 18.859. Hey! John, how you doing, buddy? Wow, haven't seen you in a bit. All right, it looks like Blake. Like it's going to be Blake Giglio going to grab the pole out here tonight. Let's go ahead and see if we can find him. There he is right there. I don't see anybody else coming out, so we'll go ahead and pull Blake down here real quick. Blake, got a copy?
Got a copy.
Hey, man, you're going to grab the pole out here tonight for round number 2 of the chase. Well, playoff, whatever you want to look at it. Same difference, you know, but, man, how's the track feeling out there? What are you feeling out here tonight? Coming last race of 2025, but not the last race in the season. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I feel pretty good. Put the thing on pole. I think it's going to be a fun race. Hopefully we can keep the thing up front. Build our point lead and continue our hopes there for the championship.
Yeah, Dakota Camper winning round number 1. That, of course, helped him out, you know. Well, what do you think maybe you've got to do? Only 12 drivers out here tonight. Do you think that really kind of changes the way, you know, where you got to finish?
In a way, yeah. I mean, I think if you can build a point lead, you know, tonight even more, like I'm 10 points up. So if I can get stage points, lead some laps, like I think that, you know, I can build the point lead where it's going to be hard for them to catch me in the last couple weeks. So it's important to do good tonight. Hopefully come out of here still with the point lead, even if we don't, you know, gain points on them. Just keep the point lead, and that's all you can do, right?
Yeah, that's it. All righty, buddy. Well, good luck down there. Congratulations on the pole. We'll grid you guys up, but good luck.
Thank you.
All right, we'll get him up there in his team. We will get down here on the grid. All right, our starting grid out here tonight. Why did it already go into third? We don't want that. We want right here, row 1 for our MaxspeedTV starting grid out here tonight. Blake Giglio with an 18.831 grab of the pole out here tonight. Good job by Blake. Jason Heaney going to start on the outside of him in second. Quentin Clark third. Patrick Colby fourth. Dakota Camper fifth. Remember, Dakota's going for another win out here tonight, so definitely got to watch that number 3. Andrew Rattel in 6th. Josh Anderson 7th. Aiden Tatro at 8th. Matthew Prentice 9th. And Jay Tarleton going to start in 10th. Chad Ashley not qualifying. He's going to start 11th. And likewise for Stephen Lane not qualifying. He will round it out in 12th here this evening. So not a big field, but big enough. Yeah, Brendan, it's been up all day, pretty much. But, Sean, glad to see you out there, buddy. I know it's been a while since I talked to you. Glad to see you still hanging about, doing deer things. You don't live too far from me. Well, far enough, but... We're still hanging about. Still doing broadcast things. You know how that goes. Well, all right. Well, that pace car, or truck in this case, will dive off to the safety of pit road here next time by. And we'll be racing here at North Wilksboro for 200 laps here tonight. There goes the pace truck to the safety of pit road. Blake Giglio and company going into that start zone for the first time here tonight. Here we go, folks, counting them down. The Echo Park green is out. Boogity, 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 folks. We're racing here tonight at North Wilkesboro. Ooh, already somebody getting into the wall back here. The 94, Shea Tarleton. We'll definitely have to keep an eye on the wall situation here tonight. Track is not very big, and they're all going to go single file here for now. We will see how long that lasts. Jason Haney was looking to the outside, not able to get that nose up there. I don't know if that's where you want to be. He is running that mid-line. Could be kind of saving here early on. I know they can make it about 100 laps or so on fuel. Tires are not going to hold up that much, but fuel definitely. Battle back here between Shea and Matthew. 5 and the 94. This is back here at around the 8th position. Now, oh no! Matthew having problems. Good save on a MaxspeedTV quick rewind here. Just a quick one. Like he just lost it, but good save not to get into the wall. And we get back up alive here. Up to the front we go. Quentin Clark on the inside now. The 87 to the outside. Patrick Colby in the University of Alabama machine. Side by side down into, it looks like turn 3. It's me, Happy 45, rooting on the 87 of Mr. Colby. Side by side, second and third, fourth and the fifth. Action going on up here. We'll stay up here for now. Now the 16 not able to break away from the group yet. Now stage here, remember they do run stages, but there's no yellow for the stage. The stage will be between white flag at 80. So when they come to 81, that'll be the stage. Of course, our stage sponsored by Darren's Detail and Shine. So a big shout out to Darren's Detail and Shine out there for sponsoring the stages this season. Season 1. It's been a great season too. Guys have really kind of, really shown what they're capable of doing. And it looks like Prentice was able to get back around Stephen Lane back here. Now, Stephen's just out here, first race with the guys. He's kind of just getting the feel for everybody and everything. He's getting back into racing here, too, taking some time off from broadcasting. So nice to see him back out on the track. Of course, y'all won't see me out on the track unless it's for fun. Or if it's with my mouse and keyboard. Like the 5, that would be Quentin Clark scraping the wall there. Because I don't have a wheel, so we won't be racing. I get out there and run. I'll run while they drive. How about that? I'd end up collapsing before I got out of turn 1. Oh, Blake. Going way up the track, side by side now. Quinn Clark taking over the P2 spot from Patrick Colby. As they go back single file. Get back here to the 3 of Dakota Camper in 4th. Andrew Rattel 5th. Couple of drivers moving up. Several of them up several spots. Jason Heaney, though, fell back to 7th. Probably just trying to get a feel for the car and track combo. Side by side behind them, too. Shea Tarleton, Josh C. Anderson. I think the outside might be faster. Just a little bit. You might be right on that, Everett. It might be a tad bit faster. See Quentin there scraping the wall a little bit. You know, y'all have heard of the Darlington stripe. Well, this is going to be the north of Wilksboro a stripe here tonight. We're going to see some of these drivers definitely scraping the wall for sure. Jason Heaney, Aiden Tatro. Aiden going back. Jason going back up into 6th. Already 17 laps into this race. One driver did not start, so we only have 11 out on the track. The North Wilkesboro whack. That's a good one. That's a good one. Instead of whack-a-mole, it's whack-a-boro, right? Watching the side-by-side, man, Quentin's really putting some outside pressure on Blake. He just cannot get around him. And down into one, it looks like, oh, Quentin got the run. Is he going to be able to get the run on the outside? He will. Quentin goes up to the top. New leader here tonight, Quentin Clark. Blake goes back into P2. Even some side-by-side going out back here at the tail end. Prentice and Lane. Going at it. One thing you gotta watch is braking point. Kind of like the Bristol Stomp. Man, that wall at Bristol, I bet, hurts. Stephen Lane. Oh, Matthew. Something's going on with Prentice back here. No yellow, it looks like, on the MaxspeedTV rewind. Yeah, he just lost it hard into the outside wall. Single car, no yellow, was able to get back going, but definitely lost that position to Steven. I don't know exactly when they'll come down for tires. They may stretch it. I mean, they're putting in 19, almost 19-second laps. So, yeah. 3 laps a minute. That's not bad. Gonna have about an hour race under green flag conditions. Right now, a quarter of the way already through the halfway portion of the race. Quarter of the way through a quarter of the race of the halfway mark, if that makes any sense. Anyway, 200 laps here tonight. Y'all get the idea. Right now, single file, not a whole lot going on here. Everybody kind of getting spread out. Not much action like we seen early. We are kind of keeping an eye on, the 9 and the 19, though. Heaney and Rattel going at it right here for 5th. It looks like Jason Heaney is going to win that battle. Going to grab that P5 position right at the moment. Camper up into 4th. Coming up on Patrick Colby here. Blake Giglio and then our leader, Quentin Clark, taking over the lead from Blake Giglio there. He's been out here now leading the way for 10 laps. About to pick up his 11th lap. Blake has got 19. Led the first 19 laps, and then Quentin said, nah, I'm done. I'm tired of following. Mr. Black, how you doing there, buddy? Glad to see you out in chat. Top two, Quentin and Blake. Now a gap. Back to Patrick Colby. Just a tad bit over a second. Not really any major battles. We do got one back here, though. Shea Tarleton, Josh Anderson. I was keeping my eye on that one. The 94 and the 07. Jay going way up top here, leaving that bottom open for Anderson. Anderson's not able to, at the moment, to get around him. Still trying, though. Definitely still. Oh, Josh got a little loose there. Keeping my eye on the laps per the stage as well. Up on the halfway mark of the stage here momentarily at about 4 laps. Great early on racing side by side. I know these guys know it's kind of a long race. Not too bad, but long-ish. Blake still keeping it close with Quentin here, so we'll kind of jump through the field here. See where everybody is approximately at. Josh and Shay still going at it. Back here for 8th. Lap 41, so officially at the halfway mark of the stage. Big shout out to Charm City Collectors Club out there. I know they gonna sponsor the Talladega race, round 1. Unfortunately wasn't here, and so that was moved tonight. So I want to give them a big shout out, and of course everybody out there, shout out for understanding. Go into detail on air, but everybody already knows, so not really much on track right now. Kind of waiting to see when and where everybody does decide to come down pit road. Everybody, though, has been out here already 40 laps, and they are coming around Matthew Prentice. So Matthew is going to go a lap down here as the leaders do come by. Matt's not going to hold him up any. Like, no, go ahead and go by. You see Blake there now peeking to the inside. He got a little squirrely. Running that bottom line again. But that outside line, it looks like still the preferred line. I think if Blake was able to get out there to the outside, he might be able to get around Quentin. Quentin's doing a very good job, though. That car straight, getting that run on the outside. I think he might have just bit off a little more than he can chew, though, as they go back side by side for the lead. But Quentin's going to hold him off once again. Good battle up here between the 5 and the 16. Are going to keep an eye on Colby and Camper. Camper is coming up on Patrick Colby here. They're coming up on the 65 of Matthew Prentice. I think Matthew's probably going to, yeah, he's going to go to the bottom. See here if he lets these guys go by or, oh, looks like a little bumping going on there, but Matthew was trying to get out of the way, and Colby almost got into him. Oh, wow. Surprised it didn't come across my phone. And here we go, battle for the lead again. Ark and Giglio. And giving him a little bit of a love tap there, it looked like. Like, if you don't go, I'm going to move you. I don't think Blake would do it on purpose. I just want to rattle his cage a little bit. Well, I'm not on Facebook. Patro, Mr. Anderson, still back here, 7th and 8th, real close together. 07 putting some pressure on the 11. Anybody know if there's lights at North Wilkesboro? Even up in the 9th, coming off a little bit at a time here around Shea. Even right now inside of the top 10. Bumping, yeah, nothing new, right? In another battle for the lead, who's going to have it? I think Quentin got that. Yes, he did, as they come up on the 94 of Shea Tarleton. Let's see what Shea does. Stay high. He does not have to let these guys by. We're going to go. Oh, I thought for a second we was going to go 3 wide. Yeah, we are 3 wide. And yeah, the 94 just like, nah, we're not having that. As Blake goes back up front. Well, for now, we'll see here if he's able to hold it. And he will. Quentin goes back to second. Blake taken back over the lead. Quentin led 36 laps there. Good solid run there for Quentin. There is lights there. Okay, all right. So they could have night races if they wanted. All right, about 21 laps left here before stage. Oh, okay, okay. So they added lights. What you're saying, Grove? Or did they have lights before as well? Oh, they added them. Okay, okay. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Good little racetrack. Like Stevens also a lap down. He is on pit road here, so that is why he is another lap down. He is coming back out. So Steven made his pit stop here. He just went another lap down. As we are seeing Dakota Camper, Patrick Colby duking it out right up here for third. Dakota, you know, Dakota's wanting to get as many points as he can Because we go back and look at our point standings again, Dakota's only 10 behind Blake. So if Dakota can really capitalize on those points and Blake can't get those points, that's going to help out that number 3 tremendously. 10-point gap may not seem like a lot, but it's a lot if you think about it. Racing world, 10 points is 10 points. So, like Blake stretching his lead here at about a second and a half. So, only driver to come down pit road. Well, there's Matthew Prentice is in his pit box here, but the only other driver to come down pit road was Steven. Everybody else is elected to come down. How far do you actually go on old tires? I guess that depends on the driver. If you like old tires, then yeah, you're going to stay at, oh, somebody else is coming off here. Oh, that is Matthew Prentice coming back out. If you like old tires, then yeah, you're going to stay out longer. A whole lot right now going on. Everybody spread out from about a half a second or so to about 7 seconds. I don't suggest that. Well, I don't know. There are some people that do, Everett. Some people love the 30, 40, 50 lap old tires. Now, granted, they have been out here the 71 laps, so, but some people like them. Not anybody else is coming down, getting ready here. Get to our stage, though. A handful of laps. Blake, 2.5 seconds now, right at 2.5 seconds ahead of Quentin Clark. Dakota Kemper's about 3 seconds behind Quentin. Patrick Colby's about a second back behind Dakota. Jason Heaney's about a little over a second and a half behind Patrick. Rattel is about 8.5, a little over 8.5, coming up on 9 seconds behind Jason. Josh Anderson, though, is right behind Andrew. Very close battle between 6th and 7th position here tonight. Kind of keep an eye on everybody at the moment. I know these guys are probably going to stay out until stage end. I wouldn't put it past them. Now the 16 trying to get around the 19 here. That would put Andrew Rattel. Yep, now Andrew goes a lap down. We got right now 5 drivers on the lead lap. Jason Heaney is the last driver on the lead lap. There's Blake, our leader. And there is Jason. So Jason is coming across the stripe. And Blake's going into 3. So there is still a gap there between our 1st and 5th. And here we go. White flag in the air. One more time around for our stage. And it looks like Blake Giglio is probably going to take the stage victory out here tonight. Yep, coming out of turn number 4. He is going to do it. Our stage winner, Blake Giglio. Congratulations on the stage win. Our stage sponsored here tonight by Darren's Detail and Shine. Again, a big shout out to Darren's Detail and Shine out there. Sponsored the stages this season for these guys. That's going to be our stage. Now it is all about getting to the end of the race here this evening. Now, when did they pit? That is another question. Looks like they're probably going to try to go to that 100-ish mark, I would say. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less. We'll see. 94 goes another lap down there. Blake just kind of rolling away with it right now. All right, well, let's see here. We'll stand at going next. Have that open up. Give me just a second. I can find it. Round. Gonna open it up right here. So that's fine. That'll work out perfectly. Everybody will be able to see it. So this is where we stand at right now. We are at North Wilkesboro. So next week we're going to be at Nashville and then Homestead for the final race of the season. Go ahead and write that down before I forget it. Like it will be a 150 lap race. Then Homestead's also going to be 150. So Homestead is going to be a little bit longer of a race. Right, well, we are lap 89. Still, everybody but a few, select few, has yet to come down pit road here tonight. If that question was a Darlington, that would be, yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, like I said, some people like the older tires, the way they feel, the way they drive. You know, me personally, if there was unlimited sets, I'd be going down there every lap. Get a fresh set of tires. You know. I remember my first race at the old Atlanta, the group tire up Atlanta. I finished 3rd. And I was out there, I think it was like something laps on old tires. And oh man, it was rough. You know, I was doing probably 100 into the corners because you just can't. I just couldn't hang on to it. Lap 93 coming up on pit stops here momentarily. We've already got one driver down. Jason Heaney is down pit road. So he has elected to come down pit road here, the last driver on the lead lap. Now the question is going to be, when is the rest of the group going to come down? Blake, Quentin, Dakota. Looks like we've got another one coming down pit road. Oh, yeah, we do. Trey Tarleton is down pit road. Patrick Colby is also down pit road. Jason Heaney's coming back out. Like Aiden Tatro is down pit road. Josh Anderson. Like we've got another one coming down as well. That is going to be Matthew Prentice. Here comes Quentin Clark down pit road. So 95 laps-ish. Kind of right on the dot there. How far is Blake going to stretch it? Can make it to 101. I think he'll be, or 100, 101. I think he'll be all right, but see, here's on lap 98. Like Dakota has yet to pit. Several more drivers, top 3, still have not come down. Is in his box. Like Blake Giglio, lap 99. Not down yet. He is going to take a lap 100 here. So he did make it to 100. Led 6 laps here tonight. Dakota Camper has also made it to. And Blake Giglio is down pit road now. Here comes our leader. And it looks like Dakota Camper is going to go around again here tonight. Oh, we got a yellow! What? Where did that come from? Uh-oh. I have lost my overlay. I do not. Give me just a second. Let me reload these. What happened? Oh, the 94 got loose. Wow. And that brung out the yellow? Wow. Interesting. Interesting. Wow. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Oh well. It is what it is. I fixed it. We still got the caution though. So, man, that is strange. Wow. That was weird. What's even weirder, it was one car, and usually there's no yellow for one car. Let's go back and take a look at that again, because, you know, that was Shay, and he was by himself. And he just loops it. Yeah, he's on the racing surface, but there's nobody that got into him there. And everybody got around safely. We already seen that here tonight. And that's weird. That is, I bet he feels bad on that. Man. Well, the lights are off on the pace truck. We're going to go back green here. Probably. Right, well, that would be ATVO, not iRacing. All right, well, here we go. Dakota, Blake. Row number 1 here tonight. Gonna get things going. Oh, Dakota spinning tires. Blake spinning tires. Ooh, Both of them got a little squirrely there. Lap of 105 here tonight, folks. 105. I said we might have one of those little yellows, and they're going to come around the 50 here. Unfortunately, had one. I don't know. That was weird. I mean, because you've seen that once here tonight where a solo driver got involved in a wreck, no yellow, and then we seen it again, and then there's a yellow. So I was a little confused on that. But I want to give a big shout out again to our sponsor here tonight. I know they are no longer up there on ATO because I had to reset it. But we'll get them back up there here. Charm City Collectors Club, C4 for short, and another yellow. Whoa! The 94. Really? Again? Yep, that's what it looks like. Looks like that same corner. Just bidding. Jay Tarleton. Man. Like Dakota Camper coming down pit road here. Is the only one. Same song, different verse. Like the 11 down pit road, Aiden Tatro. Like Rattel also, he came down pit road. He's coming back out. Well, a little bit of hiccups out there, but we are 90 laps here. 91 laps to go here tonight. Well, now 90 as it updates. Blake Giglio, Dakota Camper. Dakota in second. I'm sure that will change. Will it? Not. Doesn't look like it. All right, so Blake Giglio, Dakota Camper, Andrew Rattel, Jason Heaney, Quentin Clark, Patrick Colby, Josh Anderson, Aiden Tatro, Stephen Lane, who is on pit road, and Shay Tarleton. It looks like Matthew Prentice has taken his car behind the wall here tonight. Like Steven is going to go ahead and come back down. Not sure exactly. Matthew's having problems. That's why he is on pit road. He is blink. I think he forgot to change his blinker fluid. Well, all right, pace truck down to the safety of pit road again. 16 on the loud pedal, bring back out. Here we go at North Wilkesboro once again. Charm, I was trying to get to our sponsor here tonight, Charm City Collectors Club, C4 for short. Maryland-based diecast collectors organization. They host trade shows the first Saturday of every month and also have a diecast racing league. For more information, check them out on Facebook or their website, charmcitycollectorsclub.com. A big shout out to them for, well, I guess you could say sponsored tonight's race here tonight because it was moved to tonight. So big shout out to them. A big shout out to Darren's Detail and Shine out there. Sponsoring the stages this season. These guys still racing it up out here. We're still not done. We still got some laps left here tonight, about 86 laps. So anything can happen in 86 laps. Yeah, I couldn't listen to it in full, Belva. I think he sung it too. We are watching the 16, 3, 19, and 5 all right here together. 5 is a lap down, but he is right here with the driver. Blake, Dakota, Andrew, Jason is on the lead lap, the top 4. It's got a good singing voice, that's for sure. Could be on American Idol. All right, side by side, Dakota trying to take over the lead here from Blake. I got to get that driver bar back up here so everybody will know who actually I'm on. You know, it's really right now the top 2 right now between them 2, even in the points, you know, coming into tonight. So these 2 really going to duke it out. I think they'll be clean. They're going to rattle each other's cages, but I think they'll be clean. Yeah, they're going to... you know, they're going to make each one earn that spot, whether it be first or second. Right now, they're duking it out for the top spot, so definitely keep an eye on them. Only 4 drivers on the lead lap. Jason Heaney, though, has caught this front group. He is looking to upset the drivers out here tonight as well. Blake and Dakota, he is looking to grab the win. Andrew Rattel, he's looking to play spoiler, grab some points. He's at 1040. He needs a really solid performance to kind of close that gap some more on Dakota and Blake, Kyle, Patrick, and Quentin. You know, Quentin right now running in 5th. So, you know, Quentin's looking to, you know, get the best finish he can get to close that gap as well. He's at 1041. He is only 1 point ahead of Andrew Rattel. And right now, Andrew's sitting in 3rd. So, them 2 are duking it out. These 2 are duking it out. Everybody's duking it out here. No, this ain't Duke Nukem either. Felt like a Rick Ware racing car. Oh, wow. Man, sorry about that, Shay. Yeah, I didn't know what was going on, man. You just did that. It seemed like that corner there bit you twice. Both times, single car yellow. I don't know. I thought single car was not a yellow, but I guess on shorter tracks it is. And I hate it for you, bud. I really do, man. You were out there just doing your own thing, and it just kind of bit you, man. But Dakota did take back over the lead here. Well, you know, that's another thing in itself, Everett. Yeah, I don't either, Shay. I could understand more of the first one. But it's still single car. It shouldn't have done that. But, you know, we're not in control of that, Shay. We just gotta, you know, grit our teeth and, you know, go from there. I do know that Charm City Collectors Club here tonight is doing some extra giveaways. I'm not going to give out the spoilers until about 5 to go, because I know there are drivers out there that do listen to the broadcast. But they are doing some extra stuff out here tonight. I do have that wrote down. I did not forget. I'm just not going to give that out just yet. I want these guys to really carry the momentum throughout the race and not worry about what they're doing here. Right now, Dakota about a half a second lead over Blake. Andrew right on his bumper, and Jason Heaney right on his. Quentin is the first driver a lap down here in that Mach 5 Designs machine. Just coming up on Jason. Now, if a yellow was to come out, Quentin's not involved in it. He would be the lucky dog. He would get the wave around and back on the lead lap. So we know he is hopefully wanting maybe another out off the wall yellow, probably, to get back on the lead lap. It's going to be real hard for him to get it per se, and then get all the way. If he does get it, and I'm not saying he can't get it, but if he does get it, it's going to be real difficult for him to get all the way back around and then catch right back up. So he's definitely going to need a yellow here. Just don't cause the yellow or be involved in the yellow. We're watching him. Patrick Colby, also the only other driver that's one lap down back here in the 87 machine. Josh Anderson, laps down. Aiden, 2 laps down. Steven, 3 laps down, hanging strong there in 9th. And then Shea Tarleton, of course. Shea out in chat. Just, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say, buddy. I really don't, because, you know, it's weird. It's weird. One race, it's a caution. Then the next race, it ain't. So, I'm at a loss for words when it comes to that. I hate it for you. I really do. But it is what it is. Chalk it up, move on to next week, which will be at Nashville. Like Andrew Rattel got a little squirrely there. Lap 138 here. 139 coming up. Winding them down here, folks. Winding them down. And I know this is off the wall, but I'm hungry. Kind of keep an eye on everybody right now. How about we do a ride along here, folks? How about we, let's see, how about we ride along with Quentin Clark here tonight? Just kind of, you know, last driver on, you know, or the first driver a lap down, trying to get his lap back. He's just doing his own thing. We'll ride along here with Quentin. We'll maybe move to another driver here after we do a lap here with him. All right, well, let's kind of move back. Let's see what Josh is doing here. Oh, Josh! Whoa, hang on to it, buddy. Oh, man. Wow, we were on him when that happened. Whoa, that was scary. All right, let's see here. Andrew Rattel, what are you up to? Let's see here. The cockpit ride-alongs here with some drivers. Not a big field, so we got plenty of time. I haven't done any interviews here tonight. A little harder to do on short tracks, but probably be able to get a few in at 1 or 2 in at Nashville, and definitely we'll be able to do some at Homestead. All right, let's go back a little bit further here. Let's go ahead and go on board with the newcomer, Stephen Lane, number 50 machine. Up ahead of him, getting a little squirrely there. That is the 11. That's Aiden. Got a little squirrely. Right, let's go ahead and pop back up here. Steven's in the Mountain Dew machine. Got a Mountain Dew Frost. That is Frostbite. That's what it was. Okay. Like that one was done by Henderson Graphics. I know he said he did not have a paint for the ARCA car out here, so he had to go get one. So if anybody out there wants to paint him up a paint for the ARCA car, he'd be open to it. Yeah, I did do a lot of walking today. 1,496 steps, roughly. Sorry, I'm talking to my watch. Blake Giglio, Dakota right there on his tail here. Now Blake's led 84 laps. We are 3/4 of the way done here tonight. Shane. I can't get me nothing to eat until I'm done, so. But we are 3/4 of the way completed here tonight at North Wilkesboro, around number 2 of 4 of the chase here. Southern Excitement Racing League, and it has been an exciting season. So that name really fits these guys, and we'll see here how it all plays out, you know, after the season. And I know these guys are probably going to be trying to do some recruiting, get some drivers in. We'll probably see a few come back. Most of them will probably come back, I would imagine. Oh, the 87 off the track, Colby. No yellow, but what happened to the 87? Looks like he lost it. Yep, it just got loose on him. Yep, and how in the world did he keep it off the wall? Man, good save there by Patrick. Even though he is in an Alabama car. Good save there, bud. I gotta pick on Patrick. I'm an Arkansas fan. He's an Alabama fan, so you know we got to have that love-hate relationship here when it comes to SEC. Yeah, weird, right? Weird, right, Shay? Yeah. No yellow. Guys have been out here. Oh, and now we have a yellow. Where did that? Oh, that was Aiden. Oh. That was Aiden. Steven was right behind him. What happened? And it looks like he lost it. Lost it right in front of Steven. And right in front of the flagman. So, yellow out. Aiden Tatro. Wow. Like coming down to the later on in the race, these tires fall off. Cars get a little bit on the loose side. Blake, Coda, Andrew, Jason, all down pit road. Like Josh Anderson also coming down. Steven coming down. Several drivers coming down pit road. Quentin got his lap back. He's down pit road. Like the 11 of Aiden also coming down now. I don't know if my black flag thing's working or not. Yeah, it looks like Blake Giglio is going to win the race off of pit road. Andrew's going to be second. Dakota third. Jason fourth. Trying to find his pit box here. He didn't stop. Oh, interesting. Okay. Maybe that was by design. I don't know. I don't know exactly. Aiden Tatro is coming back out, though. Lights are still on the pace truck here. Blake, Jason, Andrew, and Quentin. Quentin's having to go backwards. Yes, I said backwards. Not backwards, backwards. I'm from Arkansas, so give me a break. Lights are off. 161 of 200. 40 laps to go here tonight. North Wilkesboro. Race truck down to the safety of pit road. And Blake's on the loud pedal. Now everybody is on the loud pedal. Of course, we got some tires spinning back here. Even Lane on the loud pedal. Kind of caught up in a mess. Ooh, almost a 3-wide situation there, too. The 319. I believe that was the 07. Now Steven is in the mix here. He's up top. 3 wide. And that did not last but a split second as Steven smacks the wall again. There's that. What'd you call that, Everett? The Wilkesboro whack. Is that what you called it? The North Wilkesboro whack. Okay, yeah, that's exactly. I had to go back and look. Not a huge field, but man, these guys are racing it like there's 30 cars out there. Like the 11 trying to get around the 50. And it looks like he will do just that. Now, Aiden is 2 laps down. Steven's 3 laps down, so it's not for position. The 87 is 1 lap down. He's the only driver 1 lap down, so Patrick Colby would be the lucky dog if another yellow was to come out, and he's not involved in it. But Blake, Jason, Andrew kind of separated themselves. Now Dakota is trying to run down Bertel here for that 3rd spot. Remember, podium, top 3. Blake already got some bonus points going his way. He has led 101 laps here tonight. That cannot be beat. He will definitely come away with most laps led. Runs. Okay, I think I've got one. I think I know who is going to win one of the 2 extra prize from Farm City Collectors Club, but I can't confirm that. Can't confirm it until the end of the race. Like I said, lap 95 or lap 95, lap 195 is when I will announce what the extra prize is, guys. A select. No, I think only one person knows. I would assume that person would exclude from it. From it. I can't say for sure. I don't know how all that works. I know if I knew beforehand, I would. That's just me. Lap 175 here tonight, folks. We are coming up on 25 more laps here tonight. Another big shout out to Charm City Collectors Club out there here this evening. I don't know if they're out in chat here tonight. They are. I do make sure they are aware that I have definitely give them a big shout out, and I will definitely keep doing that. Like though, 110 laps and dominating performance. Jason Heaney, Andrew Hotel, Dakota Camper. Let's get back here to second, third, and fourth, because right here there's some battling going on. I don't know exactly how long they've been battling, but I know they've been battling probably, I would say, for quite some time, because they're not really giving each other a whole lot of space to work. I mean, they are giving space to, you know, be careful, but definitely racing it up door to door, 19 and the 9. That's opening the door up for Dakota Camper to really put that front nose into it, as he's going to go side by side with the 9 now. The 19 of Andrew Rattel going to be able to fully complete that pass here. Now the 3 of Dakota Camper is going to go to the inside of the 9 of Jason Heaney. He is going to be able to get around him. I don't know that is behind these guys. Let's say that might be trying to be Josh Anderson. That would be Josh behind Jason. Got it. Couldn't see the number. 19 to go, folks. 19 laps remain here tonight. North Wilkesboro, round 2 of 4. Dakota trying to get around Andrew. You know, the more they race, the further and further Blake is going to, you know, just get that lead further and further. When we hit 5 to go, I will definitely get to that. Dakota Camper and Andrew duking it out for P2 right now. And man, oh, Dakota! I think he got a little bit too tight. A little bit too pushy. That sent him back to 4th. Now he has got company in the 07, but that is not for position. So, oh no. That has put Andrew trying to close the gap on Blake, but man, 14, 13 to go here. Make it, yeah, 13 to go. It's he's got some work cut out. 12 to go, and that lead though, man, 5 seconds roughly. Andrew needs a miracle. Oh, Dakota, he got squirrely again. 11 to go. 12 of you out there tuning in right now. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in here tonight on MaxspeedTV. We've got 3 likes out there. Can we hit the 5 like mark out here tonight? For everybody, the Jets out of here for the evening. Appreciate 10 likes, but I'm not going to be too greedy. 5 likes. Be pushing for 5. So 10 laps to go. 5 more laps. I will go over the extra stuff that Charm City Collectors Club is going to be doing. Yeah, lick it. Lick the like button, as old Mr. Everett out there is saying. Lick it. To go. Dakota trying to get back up there to at least the number 9 of Jason Heaney. 6 to go. 5 to go here before it's all said and done. All right, coming to 5 to go. So the extra stuff that Charm City Collectors Club is going to be doing. 4th place, they will get, I guess, some type of incentive. And the fastest lap. 4th place and the fastest lap. Right now, Dakota setting in. It is going to be 3 to go here at the line. Blake's got a commanding lead over Andrew. I think Andrew. Looks like Jason Heaney does have company with Dakota Kemper on his tail. Coming to 2 to go here. This time by 2 laps remain. Next time by, white flag will be in the air if we do not get a yellow before then. Out of turn number 4. Blake Giglio is going to take the white flag one more time around. It looks like right now Dakota is going to have to do something. But coming out of turn number 4, a checkered flag, Blake Giglio gonna win it here tonight. Andrew Rattel is going to finish in 2nd, and Jason Heaney will round out the top 3 here tonight. Dakota Kemper will finish in 4th and grab that extra thing that T4 is doing. But Blake winning it here tonight. Congratulations to Giglio on the win. Congratulations to the top 3 here tonight. And, of course, everybody out of here this evening. Man, good racing. Had a little bit of everything here. As Blake burns it up here on the front stretch, we are going to step aside and get the top 3 up here for the MaxspeedTV post-race show. So hang tight, folks. We will be right back. Well, alrighty, folks, we have caught up with the top 3 here tonight. We are going to pull up our third place finisher here this evening. Jason Heaney, buddy, awesome job in the Napa Auto Parts and number 9 machine, man. It was quite the race out here. 200 laps, everybody kind of on a, I guess you could say a different strategy, but really, tires, you guys ran, a good portion of that race, on stops. Ran it with the yellows. It probably was a little bit more than that, but North Wilkesboro, man, it looks like a great track. Talk about it. 200 laps out here tonight. We got to hear from you.
Yeah, it's North Wilkesboro. First off, great track. I do like the new update. I like the way it races, and it really requires you to manage the tires, the rear tires for drive off. And I didn't have that early on in the runs. I was overdriving the car just a little bit. It was good to start second today and had a good qualifying run, but I didn't have the long run car, and that first run went all the way almost to halfway there. I pitted, ran the field run and pitted, and then came out and was 2 down when the caution came out, and had to get a wave around and then a lucky dog with another caution. So I had a little bit of luck go my way tonight, just based off of how the strategy played out. Looked like a couple of those guys were able to go longer than halfway, which props to them for, if this race would have gone green and been a one stop, props to them, because I couldn't do it. But it was fun. These guys are really fun to race with, really good. Blake is fast. Andrew, Dakota, Quentin, those guys are just fast. And I didn't have anything for them really tonight, and kind of, just tried to stay out of trouble the best I could. And that worked out tonight. I'll take it.
Yeah, definitely worked out for you. You were able to, get up there, and grab, that third place. Good podium night for you. So, good points night coming into tonight. Of course, you are going to take away, some of those points that other people probably needed. But, that's where the fun comes in, right?
Hey, that's what part of being a non-playoff driver is about. You still got to spoil somebody's hopes and dreams. If you just run in the back or don't race, it takes away the excitement. So I just try to make sure I give the playoff drivers, everybody, enough room. I don't want to cause any trouble. I don't want to be the storyline. I just would rather get to have some really good racing, and these guys have allowed that, and it was really fun racing, and Dakota almost got back to me there at the end, and I was like, if he puts a nose in, I got to give him the space. I'm not gonna race him hard, but fortunately I was just able to make those last couple laps really count, and stay in front there for that third place.
Yeah, and you were able to keep that spot. Of course, we've only got 2 races left now. Next week, we go to Nashville. That's going to be a 150-lap race. How do you feel about, having a, third place here tonight? How do you feel about Nashville compared to North Wilkesboro?
Well, compared to what we just raced now, I expected to be 5th or 6th. So I'm going to take this momentum, and we're going to go to Nashville, a track I really like, and hopefully be able to come back and be on the podium talking to you again next week.
Hey, maybe 2 spots better, right?
Hey, maybe.
Maybe. All righty, Jason. Awesome job out here tonight. P3, a good finish for you out here, man. Final thoughts, shout-outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate your finish?
Shout out to you and the guys. Thank you for the broadcast. Really appreciate the league for putting this together. It's been really fun. Shout out to First Gear Racing, the team. Kyle wasn't able to make it tonight. He's under the weather.
Yeah.
With some sickness. So we've got him, and I have got Daytona 500 to run tomorrow night. So hopefully he's well enough to make that. But thinking of him, and I've gotten to where I'm at because of his help. He's really made me a better driver, and I want to thank Kyle for that, because I wouldn't be competing at all. I've gained so much experience with his help, so I want to thank him and wish him well. And again, thanks for the broadcast. Really appreciate it, bud.
I appreciate it, Jason. Yeah, go celebrate third out here tonight. Good luck tomorrow night in that race. Of course, I'll be doing my first ever DJ gig in Salas, Oklahoma tomorrow night. I won't be back until 2 a.m. So,
well, you know what? You rock in that new year just right. That's nothing wrong with the first DJ gig being on New Year's Eve. That is the best way to do it. You go all in.
Yeah, going over there to the VFW. So, you have a good race tomorrow night. Happy New Year, Jason. And, we'll see you next week, buddy.
All right. Happy New Year. You have a great, great New Year's first DJ gig.
Yeah, thank you, bud. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
All right, well, that is going to bring us to our second place finisher here tonight. That is going to be the number 19 of Andrew Rattel, Racing Rat.
That's me.
Andrew, buddy, awesome job. P2 out here tonight. Of course, you know, Blake had that commanding lead there. You know, he just opened it up, never looked back. But, man, it was great racing there when you guys were all neck and neck, side by side. I don't know if maybe there might have been a little bit of Doran or something going on there, you know, throughout the race. But, you know, it's racing, short track, man. Talk about it. It was a great finish. Good points night for you, buddy. You needed it. Talk about it.
Yeah, I did for sure. I was behind like everybody in the chase. Kind of got lucky with that one, honestly. My first run was terrible. I didn't even know how to drive the track, and I went a lap down, and I got the lucky dog when the caution came out, and I got behind Blake, and I was like, I'm just gonna do what he does because he's good, and it worked.
So just run his line and hope for the best, right?
Yeah, and then I guess I sped on pit road, and I guess
Oh.
Dakota did too. And so it put him behind me. So I got lucky there, and I wasn't sure what happened to him when we were side by side. I don't think we touched, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I know y'all were real close, and then all of a sudden, whoop! You know, he
Yeah.
gone. You know.
Yeah, I don't know what happened,
Oh.
but yeah, it was a great race. I had a lot of fun. I'm sweating. That was a lot of turning.
Yeah. Well, you know, talk about North Wilkesboro. You know, I hear there's a new update. Of course, you know, this track is pretty old, you know, and then they, you know, kind of bring it back to life in real life. And, you know, iRacing grabbed it. And, you know, what's it like down there on the track? What do you think the hardest part is, you know, out here at North Wilkesboro, aside from pit road? Because that looks like it's just horrible. What's the toughest part?
Yeah, pit road's pretty hard, but I think breaking into the corner, it's hard to get, like, you have to set your line for the corner. It's hard to brake properly and get the car pointed in the right direction, especially like if you're running the bottom, because like you really got to get it in there and try not to use too much wheel so you don't burn your tires up. And yeah, that's definitely the hardest part.
Well, it looks like everybody was able to kind of hang on to it for the most part here tonight. I had a few hiccups out there, but, you know, it was really just one car yellows. That's really what it was out here tonight. I figured, you know, if we had any yellows, it would either be at the beginning of the race, everybody piling it up into turn one, or those single car yellows. And it turned out, you know, single car yellows was odd, though, because usually, Andrew, on single car, there's no yellow. So I don't know. Maybe that's iRacing thing?
Yeah, I'm not sure. They've really screwed it up with the cautions. Like I know I drove by a car that was stopped on the track at one point in the race, and there was no caution for that one. So I'm not really sure what they did. A lot of tracks they seem like they're messed up with their caution, the admin caution things that it automatically does.
Yeah.
I think it has to do if the leaders are like coming or whatever, because I think at that point I was a lap down. I really don't know.
I don't either.
How they figure it out.
I don't know how that works out, you know, or anything either. I'm just the guy up here calling the race. So, you know, I'm like, well, okay, well, here we go then, you know. But I did not announce what C4 was doing until 5 to go. So, you know, looks like, you know, 4th place in the fastest lap. Now, I do not know who got the fastest. I have my suspicion, but I don't know for sure.
I think you could take a good guess.
But I do know who finished 4th. So maybe if you can give everybody the insight on what C4 did here tonight, maybe, you know, you could also give out who won. That would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, for sure. Blake had the fastest lap, of course. He's whooped everybody's butt. And Dakota finished 4th, it looks like.
Yeah.
So yeah, they each got a $10 bonus from C4. They were generous enough to sponsor those 2 little bonus payouts. So we thank them a lot. And yeah, thanks for sponsoring the race too.
Yeah, I know I missed Talladega, so it was moved to tonight, and I do appreciate everybody understanding. Talked about
Yeah, of
that
course.
earlier, so but you know, we're not done. We got 2 more races left, man. We got where's it at? Nashville next week, and then of course the Homestead. We won't talk about Homestead yet because, you know, we got to get through Nashville first. You know, with your finish here tonight, I mean, you still got a shot. What do you got to do
shot, but
in the next 2
I'd have to
races?
win both races, honestly. With Blake out there, it's probably unlikely, but you never know how it could end up. I mean, I didn't think I would finish second in this race, so who knows what's going to happen.
What do you like or dislike about Nashville?
I'm just not familiar with it. It's a tough track. Concrete. I do like. Hold on a second.
Sounds like he's got a little one.
Yeah, that's for bedtime. But yeah, Nashville's concrete, which I do like. It's just I haven't done a ton of races there, so I really don't. I don't think I've ever raced the Xfinity car there, so that should be interesting. So we'll see how it goes.
Alrighty. Well, we're not going to keep you any longer, buddy. Awesome job on the P2 here tonight, buddy. Final thought, shout-outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate your P2, bud.
Yeah, I just want to thank my dad again for sponsoring the race with C4 and all my friends and family that watch. And then I want to thank you for broadcasting and with your circumstances you have. I know it's a lot.
Buddy, your dad owns C4?
No. He's
Oh.
just a member, but he was the one that paid.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you know, thank your dad. Thank your dad. All righty, Andrew. Awesome job out here tonight, buddy. You know, go get some rest. Get that little one in bed, man. Happy New Year to you. I've got my first DJ gig tomorrow night ever. So I'll be breaking in the new year the right way. Kind of stepping up in the world here from broadcasting. But don't worry, you ain't losing me. You know, get ready for Nashville next week, buddy. So awesome job on your finish here tonight.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you,
Have a
buddy.
good one.
All righty, well, that is going to bring us to our winner here tonight. He don't need no interview. But Blake, awesome job on the win, man. We'll see you next week. No, I'm just playing. Blake, man, you kind of rolled away with it there here tonight. Of course, you know, you had to work for it. You know, it didn't look like it was, you know, really easy out there per se. And you know, there toward the end, you kind of rolled away with it, but, you know, kind of talk about the battles you had to get into here tonight to, you know, get where you were at and, of course, you know, bring it home into victory lane, but.
Yeah, absolutely. We had a good battle there with a bunch of people out there, especially the 5 of Quentin there, Dakota, Andrew, Jason. You know, I felt like there was battles kind of all over the track tonight, so I knew early in the race I had to save those tires. I didn't really know what line was. I knew the top was fast in the short run. I didn't know how long the tires were going to hold on, so I kind of just told myself the first run I'm going to run the bottom and really just see what we have. And, you know, I think that was a trick. No one else was really doing it. And just rolling the bottom there in the long run, I think, was definitely the answer. And it let us pull away there to about a 7-second lead there at the end. So happy we were able to get the win and figure out this track.
Yeah, I mean, you were able to kind of, you know, get more points there. You talked about it, you know, tonight, grabbing the pole, you know, get that points gap, you know, keep going with it. And, you know, with your performance out here tonight, definitely going to get more of a gap there. I know there's still 2 races left. Anything can still happen, but, you know, right now it's looking pretty good that, you know, you might get season 1. It's not locked in, but it's looking pretty promising. You know, what was really the hardest thing for you out here tonight?
Yeah, I thought the pit strategy was a little hard. I had to save some fuel early in the race to be able to make it as far as I did. I know Quentin there had some problems with that, so that's kind of what took him out of the race tonight. So I think that was challenging. I also thought, you know, in the long run, you really had to work the throttle, the brakes, you know, the perfect way. And I'm happy we were able to figure that out. And like I said, get the win tonight.
One of Goons Machine 16, very quick out there here tonight. Seems like every time you're out on the track, we're either talking to you because you finished in first or in second. One of the two.
Hey, well,
you know.
we don't like the ones in second. We like the ones in first. Right?
All right. But hey, awesome win out here tonight. Of course, next week, the first race of 2026 tomorrow, being New Year's Eve. How do you feel about Nashville? Because that's where we're at.
Yeah, I really like Nashville. It's I like that you're able to really hug that bottom, but if you have to, you can move up a lane, where the cool track is, and I think it's gonna be fun. I think that it really fits my driving style, and I hope that we're able to come home with the first win of 2026.
All right, well, we'll see how it goes, man. Grab that first win there. Awesome job on the win out here tonight. Good points night for you. Any final thoughts, shout-outs, thanks you want to give before you go, celebrate the victory out here tonight and, breaking the new year tomorrow night?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to you for broadcasting, putting this thing on. I want to give a shout out to Dakota, Andrew, all those people behind the scenes that let us do this every night, or once a week, every week. Want Goons, OG Gear, everyone on this thing, and shout out to, I believe it was C4 for sponsoring the race tonight. So I appreciate them, and yeah, looking forward to next week.
All right, well, one more thing. C4 actually had an extra thing out here tonight. Of course, it was fourth place. Get an extra $10 and the fastest lap. Now, Dakota got fourth place. I'll give you a wild guess on who got the fastest lap. I mean,
well, looking at my sim labs here, I think you got it, man.
Yeah, congratulations on getting the fastest lap out here tonight, too, buddy. It looks like an extra $10 going to you as well. So, awesome job. Go celebrate the win. Get ready for the new year, and we'll see you next week, buddy.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, well, that was Blake, our winner out here tonight. We are going to go ahead and get to our sponsor out here tonight. We know who they are, C4. Big shout out to Andrew's dad out there. Of course, Charm City Collectors Club, C4 for short, Maryland-based diecast collectors organization. They host trade shows the first Saturday of every month and also have a diecast racing league. More information, check them out on Facebook or their website, charmcitycollectorsclub.com. Again, a big shout out to C4 out there sponsoring tonight's race. Big shout out to our, let's see here, there's our sponsor image right there. Again, big shout out to C4. Big shout out to Darren's Detail and Shine out there for sponsoring the stages. These guys this season. A big shout out to all the fans out there that tune in each and every week. That we broadcast right here on MaxspeedTV. We do appreciate it. We're going to get down here to our official results. Of course, pending any admin stuff they have to do out here tonight. I don't think there's going to be too much, but Blake Giglio grabbing the win out here tonight. A good win for Blake. Getting some more points with that. Andrew needed the points. Definitely. He's going to finish in P2. Jason Heaney in third. Dakota Camper in fourth. Quentin Clark, 5th. Patrick Colby, 6th. Josh Anderson, 7th. Stephen Lane in 8th. Aiden Tatro, 9th. And Shay Tarleton in 10th. Matthew Prentice in 11th. And Chad Ashley did not start here tonight. But again, our winner, Blake Giglio, here tonight. North Wilkesboro. Well, that's going to do it for 2025, folks. We'll be back Saturday with OP. First broadcast of 26. They will be back in action. That'll be 8:45 Eastern, 7:45 Central, right here on MaxspeedTV. Until next time, stay safe. Thank you all, and have a good night.
MaxspeedTV, where we fly, racing fast and we're getting by, chatting up the waves, voice in sync, one more lap before we blink. MaxspeedTV, feel the vibe, every engine set to ride, speed and story side by side, on this ride we come alive. Fuel and friendship in the same lane, we share the wins and every pain, from pole position to last place, we keep the banner in the race. Headsets on, we break the news. Line to line, we never